Alright, 11 months later, another new list of the best phones under rupees 20,000. Why did it take so long, Arshad? Well, because the brands didn't launch good phones under 20,000, so it took me some time to pick out my top 5. And trust me, this list will have something for everyone, so watch this video till the end. If you're here for the first time, I'm Arshad. You're watching Track It in English, your destination for detailed, incisive gadget reviews. Alright, the very first phone in my list is the new Samsung Galaxy M35. Now, I haven't covered the Samsung Galaxy M35 extensively on the channel, but it is a very sensible Samsung phone after a really long time. Firstly, it's a massive chunky boy, but you get a 6000 mAh battery. Secondly, you have a punch hole camera now. It's not a water drop. Thankfully. But of course, the bezels are thick, keep that in mind. And more importantly, Samsung has actually provided Corning Gorilla Glass Victus protection on top of it, which is unheard of in this price range. And secondly, you get the Exynos 1380, which is a fairly decent performance, especially in this price category. It's at least better than the Snapdragon 695 that is being used by the Nord CE4 Lite. I didn't think that there would come a day where Samsung would actually give a better processor than OnePlus. Crazy, right? That about this phone also comes with One UI 6.1.1 and Samsung's promise of 4 years plus 5 years of software updates. Now, what could be the problem in this phone? It's thick, it's heavy, that's one thing. And the other thing is that you don't get an optical in-display fingerprint scanner, you get a side-mounted one. The next phone that I'd like to recommend is the Realme Narzo 70 Pro. Now, the thing with the Narzo 70 Pro is that it got popularity immediately after the price dropped. And it has a very good camera performance, which is evident from our CMF Phone 1 review where I compared it to the Narzo 70 Pro. If you haven't watched that yet, go check that out. So the Narzo 70 Pro's primary camera is the Sony IMX 890 sensor. In daylight and in low light, it takes great photos. It takes good photos of people. It takes good photos in portrait mode. It's really good. Apart from that, you've got a Dimensity 7050 chip for the price. It's a decent chip and you get a 5000 mAh battery and support for 67-watt charging with the charger inside the box. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's not just the primary camera. You get a proper ultra wide, you get a macro camera, and the selfie camera performance is also really good. And of the phones that I'm recommending in this list, this is the only one that comes with UFS 3.1 storage too. And this Full HD Plus panel has very slim bezels and it's an OLED display too. So overall, it's a great phone with very good camera experience, but there's one problem and that is the software experience. Because it's filled with a lot of bloatware, Realme really needs to stop doing that. By the way, the Moto G85 had to be in this list because curved screens, a lot of people like it. And you get a vegan leather bag, so the design and the finish is damn nice. Plus it's lightweight, it's slim. It's a very, very nice phone. But the main reason why I like it is of course because of this, the Moto gestures and Motorola software as well. Moto even gives you support for Smart Connect with this. The only thing is that Motorola really needs to fix the software update cycle, something that they haven't been doing. Hopefully they do. Apart from that, I like the fact that you get a 5000 mAh battery, proper one, so you will get decent battery life. And the camera performance is particularly good. The 50MP primary camera, the selfie camera on the front, both take fantastic photos. And the 8MP ultra wide can also double up as a macro shooter, which is damn nice. But the biggest problem with this phone is definitely that chipset, the Snapdragon 6S Gen 3. It's just like a tweaked variant of the Snapdragon 695. It's slightly more powerful, but thankfully in this price range it's okay, but still it has problems because of which you can't play HDR videos on YouTube, you can't shoot 4K videos, all of those issues. Now this phone is the iQOO Z9 and the reason I'm recommending it is because it's the best performing phone in this list. So you get the MediaTek Dimensity 7200 which has the highest Antutu score of all the phones in this list, and it's a good phone for gaming too. I know that in our comparison with the CMF Phone 1 in Genshin Impact, it didn't give us the kind of average FPS that we were expecting, but I did notice that a few users who are actually using the phone are getting good performance. So yeah, technically it's a good performing phone. And of course the display is also a Full HD Plus AMOLED 120Hz refresh rate panel. It's very good. And you get a 5000 mAh battery, 44-watt charging speeds. All of that works. But the problem with the iQOO Z9 is despite having iQOO's legacy of offering good camera performance, I wasn't very impressed with the iQOO Z9's cameras. Also the software experience, while it's fast and smooth, it's FunTouch OS and there are bloatwares pre-installed. And finally, the new crowd favorite, the one that sold 1 lakh units in 3 hours according to nothing. Yeah, the CMF Phone 1. Now this phone is for the cool hipsters out there because you've got these exposed screws and you've got a screw at the bottom as well. Yeah. Now with this screw, you can actually attach accessories and you get first-party accessories, and I'm hoping that third-party accessories also come soon. So design-wise, it's very unique, and you can also change the back covers to blue or orange or green. And the chipset inside the Dimensity 7300 is actually a pretty good performer, and you get this for a starting price of 17,000 rupees. Compared to Oppo, which just launched the Reno 12 series with the Dimensity 7300 Energy, there's no energy in that chipset. It's just the same chipset for way more money. Anyway, you also get a 5000 mAh battery, 33 watt fast charging support, but the biggest problem is you do not get the charger in the box, which by the way is also true for the Samsung Galaxy M35. The camera performance is so-so on this. I wasn't really a fan of it, and it doesn't have OIS for the primary camera, plus it's a mono speaker setup. What's fantastic on this phone is the software experience. It's the absolute best. Alright, so these are my top 5 picks of the best phones under rupees 20,000 by anyone depending on what your use case is. Like I mentioned, for performance, iQOO Z9, for camera, Realme Narzo 70 Pro, for a well-balanced Samsung phone after a really long time, the Samsung Galaxy M35, for a unique design, the CMF Phone 1, and for an overall well-balanced package, the Moto G85. Which one would you buy? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm pretty certain that this video could be useful for anybody in your friends and family circle who's looking for a phone under rupees 20,000. So please do share this video with them so that they can end up making the right purchase. By the way, apart from these phones, if you're wondering where is the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite, do you think it deserves to be in the list? But the problem with certain phones is that they're actually more expensive than 20,000 rupees, and sometimes they get discounted. I'm talking about phones like the Nord CE3 and the Nothing Phone 2A. Now, if you were to buy one of those phones at under rupees 20,000, obviously those will be better phones than this. But yeah, for phones that are actually priced under 20,000, this is my list. Alright, I'll see you guys at the next one. Until then, keep tracking and stay safe.